Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. Excuse me. This is going to be a 13 seat clock calendar reading for Aries. This is going to be a little overview of December and then a preview of 2021. So this is for anyone who's been affected by that recent Mars retrograde in Aries. If it's your sun, moon, ascendant, or Venus, the moon is going to be in Aries on the 22nd to 24th of December. So there's going to be maybe like a little dark night of the soul moment, kind of an aftershock of the Mars retrograde in Aries. It's a little check-in with your dark side. So Mars is going to be in Aries throughout all of December, and in the first couple weeks of December at some point it's going to move into Taurus, and then it's going to be in Taurus on the 14th when Uranus goes direct. And it's going to have sort of a relation to Aquarius because of that Uranus movement with the moon, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn in Aquarius on January 14th. Okay, so that's what I know. That's what's going on with Aries in the near astrological future. And I haven't looked beyond that. So, yeah, alright. I think that's all I needed to preamble the thing with. So, I'm going to go ahead and look at December here. So we have the King of Swords. It's an the Knight. Why did I say the King? Anyway, the Knight of Swords, which is a 1 or a 12. And his energy is Taurus and Gemini. So Gemini is currently the North Node. And then obviously we're looking forward, looking into the future to that Mars and Taurus energy. But now what's interesting is that we have the Gemini full moon on November 30th as I'm recording this. Where was I going with this? There's something else that I was thinking about. I don't remember where I was going with this. The Gemini full moon. Oh, what's going on with Taurus? Yeah, the Uranus retrograde in Taurus. I don't know what the hell I was on a tangent and then I lost it. We have North Node energy. Full moon in Gemini. And then the moon will be in Taurus on the 25th and 26th of December. And then the moon will be in Gemini the 27th, 29th of December. So I feel like it's like there's an aspect of grounding. Now I feel like it should be Taurus and Libra, because those are the aspects of Venus, the Empress, which is the feminine counterpart of Aries. But before I overly confuse things by forgetting what I'm talking about, let me get these other cards. Okay. This is also the Knight of Swords, I think. No, this is the Page of Swords. I haven't used the Uno deck in a while. The Knight is a draw 4. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, 11 and 12. Jesus Christ. And I've assigned the Page of Swords with Uranus energy. Okay, so that Taurus aspect with Uranus retrograde is important for Aries in December. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is, I think, is it Venus? Who is it? Oh, it's Mars in Scorpio. Okay. Alright, what's going on? So the moon is in Scorpio on the 12th and 13th. Okay, so that's not helpful. Venus is in Scorpio on the 15th. And Mercury's in Scorpio on the 1st of December only. Okay. There was a lot of scorpionic energy coming through October and early November, and it sort of dissipated. 5 and 11 and 12. What's going on here? Mars in Scorpio. Okay. Mars is still reeling a little bit from this emotional overhaul. Or I should say Aries. Aries is still reeling from this emotional overhaul of having gone through their retrograde. Mars in Aries retrograde. But dealing with this deep emotional content, even if you're feeling a little bit butthurt, is enabling you to level up in your core truth. God, that was a long walk. So let me look at what the overview of 2021 is going to be for Aries. Okay, that's it. Alright, so immediately I see the bathtub, right? This is the emotional cleansing that it's like I feel like I feel gross, I feel hurt, I feel whatever. And you know, if you're tired and you're feeling kind of crappy and travel worn, it helps to take a shower. And this is sort of metaphorically speaking. So now Aries rules the Emperor. And then its ruling sign Mars rules the Tower, which is for this, like, 4 times 4, right? The Emperor is like this, the root of the Tower. In some ways, it's like I can build it up and I can break it down again. So let's see what else is going on here. I have a shower, I have a laptop, I have a flashlight, and I have a snake. It's like the power went out and I can't find my battery pack. I don't have enough current to get through. I know, it's like it got wet. I'm scrubbing my hard drive. I'm looking for the data. So I have a crap ton of charms inverted, and I've got 2 hiding that were upright. So I also have this donut, which is a toroidal field. Oh, and I have the Kama Sutra. Now, when I see this, it doesn't always mean sexy times. Sometimes it means I'm not used to this new position, which is where this butt hurt is coming from. Right? And if you have a lot of butt hurt, you need one of those chair donuts for your ass to sit on. I had a hip replacement. I need a chair donut. That might mean something else, but we'll see. So I was talking about Venus. Like, it's almost like she was missing. And I have this feminine figure in reverse, right? So there's Venus. She's not really present in some way. And I have the pants reversed. Now, this tried to pop out when I was shuffling the charm box before I started this reading. So we'll put a pin in those. I have the sun disk, right? The masculine energy in reverse. So it's interesting that both the feminine aspect and the sun were both reverse. And this was reverse. It's like, who's wearing the pants in this relationship? Interesting. Oh, okay. So I also have, what's interesting, I also have the dress here. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, but I noticed after the fact that this dress just about fits on the little Venus figure, which is kind of cute. I don't think these pants fit her. Pants don't quite fit, but that's alright. It wasn't intended to be like a paper doll anyway. But like I said, it's like, who wears the pants in this? And when this is inverted, it's like there's something that's not being addressed here. So we have this cup, which is like the Ace of Cups, the chalice. I also have the water droplet here, both indicative of emotional content. I also get like, I don't want them to find the porn on my hard drive, delete my browser history, which is kind of weird. I also have a shield, right? Someone's hacking my system. And I also have inverted the maple syrup. Like a sticky situation that's going to be uncovered at some point. And then I have the necklace. So in this case, I'm getting a flash of it being one of the representations I have of this is that it's like Ursula's necklace in The Little Mermaid. Alright, she traps Ariel's voice in it, and then she goes and tries to cheat her by going on land as Vanessa, and she's got Ariel's voice trapped in it. And what's coming out of her throat chakra isn't really her. It's like a smoke screen. Right? So there's this idea of, I'm uncomfortable with the position of fighting over who's in charge of a situation. Now, it could be between the masculine and the feminine energy, but it could be between light and dark, or like one thing in its polarity. Right? Someone who's an adversary, perhaps a distorted feminine energy, is trying to hack my computer or infect my computer and is emotionally manipulating me, and I keep ending up with my defenses down in a position that's uncomfortable, with this energy that keeps coming around and around in a loop, like a feedback loop of more and more shit that ends up with, emotional failure and is bleeding me dry. Now, I don't have the finger with the blood on it, but this is emotionally, like I'm trying to, like blood being squeezed out of a stone. Like the situation is getting too hot. It's getting sticky. There's there's like a firewall, that isn't able to be installed right now because there's like a virus in the system somehow. Interesting. Well, it's not the kind of message I was expecting to get. Alright, so let's look at January. Oh, there's a hidden charm over here. In reverse. I can't brain today, I have the dumb. That's like something that's not being addressed. You can't keep pretending that you didn't know what was going on. You know, it's like you got yourself caught up in this and you're starting to see how things work. Alright, so now it looks like... Oh, there's another hidden one. The tetrahedron. Right? Something has not been at its optimum strength. I'm unable to build my fire energy. Alright. Okay. The hangman inverted. Alright? It's like no more sleeping on the job pretending that you're just hanging out there. Alright? This is like literally the hangman. I'm stuck. I'm not going anywhere. But here it's like you're getting a kick in the pants from Neptune going direct. Which happened on the 28th of November when the moon is in Gemini. Or wait, no, was it in Gemini on the 28th of November? Am I making shit up? What was in Gemini in November? The North Node. And, oh, it was in Taurus on the 28th of November. Interesting. Well, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You can't pretend not to know that there's some kind of crap going on with this system, right? There's a mole here. There's a virus in the system. Now, what's interesting is that this could be literally some kind of computer shit going on, but it could also be there's a virus in the system. It could be talking about COVID or any, you know, nefarious, scheming kind of pervasive thing, you know, like bots commenting on social media and stuff like that. But it's like wake up time. Now, what's interesting is that a night upright is the hangman inverted, and we're seeing that kind of energy here. I'm picking up on some kind of it's like I've been emotionally wounded in some way, and I'm starting to suss out the truth. And here it's like I'm waking up to it. I'm onto you. I smell a rat. So we have the Queen of Wands inverted, and this is, it's a little bit off with their head, but instead of the swords we're getting wands. It's more like, this is more like I will cut a bitch. I'm gonna smoke you out. This is a 13, so we have 12 and 13, so we're ramping up. We go 11, 12, and then 12, 13. It's like a chung, like ramping up the energy. And then have the Queen of Wands here. Now, I'm not sure what direction this card was in, so it's kind of like she's waking up too. It's like I'm going to smoke you out, but I'm going to wake up also. I'm going to turn my whole self around. I've got enough information coming through on this feedback loop to know that I need to get all the way in my power. Right? I've intuited this, and I realize that this is where I need to be. Alright, because the Queen of Wands is psychic. It's like, no, I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm on to this. Queen of Wands energy. Pisces in Aries. Okay, so that makes sense because I did mention that Neptune turning. Now, Pisces and Aries. I was going to say something else about her too, but I forgot. Yeah, it's gone. I don't know. I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. And a dead, and a dead. Don't know why, but there it is. So let's look at February. More Wands energy. So the Nine of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. Now, the first time that this energy pops up, the 14th and 15th of December, with the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury and the South Node all in Sagittarius. Missing Venus by one day. It's like I've been waiting around for her this whole time, and as soon as I look that way, she sneaks past the other way. Where's she at? Where's my homegirl? Right, and it's sort of like the Queen of Wands is like... It's kind of like, where is the Queen of Wands? Like, where is the Queen of Wands? And then it's like she's over here in her power. And it's like, ah, damn it, I just missed her. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. And now I have a wild card. So this is a knight, and I need to figure out which one it is. So I'm going to get another card. That one didn't fall out all the way, so I'm going to keep going. Touch on your account. Uno más. Okay. So I did see a green one trying to poke out. This is Five of Pentacles. So I have the Knight of Pentacles related to a 5, which is I'm like physically looking for something, physically waiting for something, waiting for some kind of material thing, and it's not coming in. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so Uranus and Taurus. So we're dealing with this retrograde energy, which is direct in January, but we're having an aftershock, which makes sense because we're still talking about looking for the Queen, even though she's sort of made an appearance. And now we have the King of Cups. So I have this is technically a 12 with like a background energy of the 5, but the King is a 14, which breaks down to 5. And we have a 5 here. It's like going back to that energy. So what's going on here? Where is she? I know I love her. So this might be, I mean, it could be romantic. It could be like a, I've been manipulated on social media to be without my queen. You know, I'm gonna fuck up whoever screwed this up on me or something, but I'm gonna find her. But I still think there's like it might have like I've noticed with the Mars retrograde in Aries that for especially the first, you know, large portion of it, it was like the Aries energy. Mars wanted Venus, the Empress, to come in and do the emotional work for him so that he didn't have to go and be like, ew, emotions. We don't trade in that around here. And it's like there's this idea of what's interesting is that there's these swords coming out with this idea of some kind of like computer or communication hacking of some sort, right? My phone is bugged, there's a virus, I keep having to get a new laptop, something like that. And then it's like, oh, okay, I figured out that there's somebody's been trying to screw me over. Where is she? Well, she's just kind of chilling in her own area, and it's like, I can't find her though. Like so far out in left field now. I can't find her at all. I missed my opportunity, but it's like I've realized what's going on, and I'm like balanced in my emotions finally because of this mysterious gap, right? She didn't do the work for Aries, and Aries is sort of coming around to what's going on. So again, there's this sort of open-ended thing where it's like it could be a romantic thing, but maybe not. It might be just like different messages for different people. Okay, so I have another hidden charm here in reverse. I have the cube. So we're going from fire to earth energy, which we see that it goes instantly from the fire to the earth here with the pentacles. Right? We're all like hot and bothered here with the two queens of wands. This might be the inner feminine of the Aries. Right? A queen inverted, it could be an inner feminine. It might not be like out to get somebody. But we do want, there is something that's trying to manifest, and this was over here on this March pile, so let's see what's going on with that. I feel like this isn't very coherent. I'm just trying to read what's here. The Lover's inverted. Okay. Gemini energy. Again, so there's a lot of air, and especially Gemini energy in here for Aries, which is kind of weird. So we have a 6 inverted. Okay, it could be like I'm not in my relationship, but it could also be I feel sick. Right? I'm put out. I'm trying to heal myself. My emotions are doing better, but my body's still feeling kind of fucked up. So the Ace of... Oh, this is... I did this wrong. That's why I'm confused. Jesus Christ. Hopefully this reading will make sense at all. Wands are yellow. So this is the Queen of Cups inverted, and this is the Queen of Wands. But this can still be like, I will get you, right? I'm gonna get you for hurting my feelings. Which makes more sense with this. But the Queen of Wands is like a force to be reckoned with. Like, I will stop it. It's like I'm gonna stop at nothing to get what I want. But it's not always in a bad way. It's like... And again, this Queen of Cups inverted could be the inner feminine. I need to work on my inner feminine. What's going on in there? My emotions are a little bit off, but I'm feeling like really horny for... Like, I'm feeling really passionate. I've got my Ace of Wands for my feminine counterpart energy. And then that makes sense because we have this exterior King of Cups and interior feminine Queen of Cups, but seems a little bit off balance because it's like I'm still looking for an external completion to that energy, which is why this masculine and feminine energy is slightly off balance, and why there's this sort of illness in the body. It might be like chest pains around the heart center. And there's the Ace of Wands inverted, right? Like a little bit flaccid. There's no wind in the sails. And the Seven of Wands. So here's 7, and now the 7 of Wands. I'm letting my guard down a little bit. I realize that I need to relax the tension in my chest. I need to relax my nervous system and stop being always on the defense and ready for battle mode. Right, this is aspect of masculine energy becoming balanced, like this King of Cups. With one of the aspects of Aries, Mars, is like fighting and warring and stuff, and the other one is diplomacy and learning about other cultures and, you know, studying the enemy and learning what people need in society and all that. And I think if I was explaining this properly and it made more sense, it would be that it's like a crack in the patriarchy that starts on an individual level. It's like I set up so many firewalls so I wouldn't have to be in my emotions, but the feedback loop where I don't have to deal with that is breaking down and I can't play dumb anymore. I have to clean all the viruses out of my system. I think there's a reason that I keep messing up these Uno cards. I mean, I have a system with them. I just haven't used them that much lately, so I just kind of forgot. But there's a reason for me getting confused. It's like Aries energy is just sort of like, you know, I'm just scrolling through my feed so fast, I'm not really reading anything. You know, it's easy to miss something when you're sort of skimming the surface. You don't want to go deeper into the information or check underneath the rug to see if there's any dirt there. I'm like, well, it looks like a duck, but it's actually a swan. Whoops. So for April energy, we have the Chariot inverted, which makes sense because we have 7 inverted twice there. So the masculine and feminine energy not really going anywhere. Heart center shut down. This guy's green. He looks like the King of Pentacles, kind of. So there's a root issue here, deep in the fiery roots of what Aries is going through, is that their masculine and feminine energy isn't balanced because they've been trying to get the feminine balance from an exterior source instead of having it within. Right? Their inner feminine is like, motherfucker, you have not come in here in like 6,000 years. What are you trying to play at? Now we have the Two of Wands, right? You need to make a choice. Mars and Aries. The time is now. And then the Ace of Pentacles inverted. I need to make a choice. And I said he looked like the King of Pentacles, which is why he's inverted. And if I take this away from the 7 here, it gives me back this Lovers, which is the choice, which is, it's like I'm unable to make an informed decision, but I've got to start out making a choice on something. I need to sort of be in my own energy and figure out what I'm doing. Now, there's also this idea of the first choice I have to make is a duality in and of itself. Let's look at May. So in particular in May, I have in a challenge position the 5 of Wands. Traditionally Saturn in Leo. But I've reassigned it Neptune. So what does that look like? It's like the ego is afflicted by the subconscious of trying to be the king of the hill and it beat anybody else. And it's like, in order, I have to make a choice here to balance my energies in order to manifest health for myself, to manifest my reality. And in order to do that, I have to make a shift in my outlook. And again, going back to the 7 of Wands here, if I take the 7, subtract the 2, I'm getting 5. It's like, if I let my guard down and try to heal myself, I need to understand that not every contact point means that I need to beat somebody down until I'm the only one there and I'm winning. And the 7 of Wands again, so just doubling down on what I just said there. That same energy. And this card is so yellow. So yellow. A little bit of sacral chakra energy there too. He's wearing green. Just very much trying to get to the truth there. I have Temperance. The balance angel, Sagittarius energy. 7 again. Oh, I've given that Pluto in Leo instead of Mars in Leo. So there's this idea of like a transformative cycle where I need to understand that there's a dark side to always being on the defense, and that it's not always contributing to wellness in that way. Looking at June here. Very yellow card as well. 6 of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. So again, this idea of Plutonic and Scorpionic energy. I need to stop romanticizing the past. And I need to let it slide into this sort of darker space and understand that, you know, things aren't always the way they've been forever and ever. And I also get this idea of like getting out of your comfort zone. The King of Swords in reverse, right? This is not always the truth. That just because it's how things have been, it doesn't mean it's the right way. And there's a pivot here, and I see 11, which is universal timing. It's also the twin flame number, which may or may not be relevant, but it goes back to the masculine and the feminine energy together and uniting in like a triangular formation. King of Swords energy, Capricorn and Aquarius. So there's this idea of breaking out of the chains of this past consciousness where it was okay to be combative and sort of oppressive and strike first energy. With the 9 of Wands, right? For a long ass time, the moon in Sagittarius, dealing with this darkness, shooting arrows kind of energy. 9 and 6 is 15. So like I said, breaking free of those chains, like the devil energy. Let's look at July. More very yellow energy and red and orange. The 9 of Cups inverted. So when I see the 9 of Cups inverted, it acts like the 9 of Swords. It's like a dream that's turned into a nightmare. Like bereft. Emotional ruin, essentially. Now the energy that's coming through here, instead of being the 9 of Swords energy, it's coming in Sagittarius in Pisces, but it's coming in Jupiter in Pisces inverted. So there's this idea of like I got knocked off the top of the wheel, but also this idea of hanging upside down by my ankles on the top of the Ferris wheel, dangling like the hangman. I got knocked off my pedestal. It's sort of like combining this 6 and this 9 of Wands. 6 of Cups, 9 of Wands are sort of combining, and it's like, you know what? This paradigm never made me happy. What the hell, man? This was not working out for hardly anybody. Least of all, moi. And that's the truth. The Ace of Swords. The true T, and 9 together with 1 is 10, which is completing a cycle. So now I have the 2 of Wands in reverse. It's like when I complete the cycle, then I've made a choice. I no longer have to think about it. I'm releasing myself from myself, basically. There is no more choice to be made. And this is also sort of hearkening back to the Mars retrograde in Aries, it's sort of like an aftershock of that energy. It's saying like, I've been deep inside myself and this is what I found, and you know what? I don't need that. So let's look at August. The Three of Pentacles. We're redrawing the plan. We're making new blueprints. We're setting up a new model. Right? Mars in Capricorn. I'm no longer bound to this old paradigm. I'm setting up a new structure. I'm going to expand from this place in a material way. I'm manifesting a new deal. I'm manifesting my maturity and healing. So we have the moon. This is a very full moon here in between two towers. I feel like this is saying like, well, I was going to say I feel like this is the moon in Pisces, but it's the moon card is usually ruled by Pisces. But in my head I switched it out with the High Priestess. So I'm like, the moon should be the moon and the High Priestess should be Pisces, and that should get it done and dusted. But there's very much this blue-green Neptunian color on here as well. It's almost like I had to make a new plan in secret so they wouldn't find me out. Because I see 3 times 6 is the moon. It's like I'm trying to expand my energy in that way. So now I have the 7 of Swords inverted. This is traditionally the moon in Aquarius, but I've reassigned it Pluto in Aquarius. And it gives me this sort of scorpionic energy of I'm no longer sneaking around. I'm no longer stealing or anything like that. Sort of ninja mental manipulation as well. But if you're no longer manipulating anybody, then maybe you don't need to make your new plans in the dark, but it's sort of saying that I've been in the darkness and found out that I don't need this mental manipulation, and now I'm going to make these new plans. But I want to clarify that. So I think I'm going to clarify the moon. So I'll get another Morgan Greer here. I don't even know if I announced these decks. I don't think I did. I had the Morgan Greer, the Uno deck, and the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. So, let me get another Morgan Greer to clarify the moon. So I have the Nine of Wands here inverted. Okay. I'm getting like, I'm not waiting any, oh, this is the 10 of Wands. A burden overturned. But I was seeing it as the 9, which is telling me, it just kind of kicked me in. It's like, we're not gonna work hard now. We're gonna work smart. We're not going to try to be cheating. We're gonna be doing honest work, because overall it ends up being more trouble than it's worth. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the Farmer's Almanac. We're gonna say, okay, this is the time when we lay new plans. We're looking at the moon phases. That's what's going on with that. Right? Queen of Pentacles, right? Feminine energy, really in tune with the moon, the cycles, when she's ready to like germinate the new plan. Okay. Spawn. Good September. All right, so there's the 4 of Wands, right? So when we get in the right, we're in pace with the universe and start to grow this new plan. It quickly builds into Four of Wands. Now I've got a stable foundation because it was ripe for growth at that point. Venus in Aries. So all this work, and finally the Empress and the Emperor are together, and this is sort of another twin flame card. We have 1111, doubly universal timing, very stable Emperor energy, ruling over the dominion of the land, with the Nine of Wands. Okay, right? It's been a long time coming. And the Seven of Wands, again, it's like this is something that's worth fighting for. And notice that there's a tower, right? I had to take down everything else and build it up new again. The root was that it needed to be fertile. This is like the remnants of the tower, and we're building this new little patch of green over here. So let's look at October. Okay, so here's the Nine of Swords inverted. It's exactly the opposite of the Nine of Cups inverted, because this matches and this matches. So we're gotten to the root of the issue of always fighting against other people, and the nightmare is now over. Now the energy with this is Mars in Gemini, right? We're no longer at odds with the communication, right? Every time I try to talk to you, you're not really listening to me, and it ends up in a fight, and I just can't deal with this shit anymore. But now we've turned that upright, and it turns it into a Nine of Cups energy and saying, now I am content that this is no longer the status quo. And now the King of Swords is upright because the communication is balanced and has pivoted into something that's functional. And I have the Knight of Wands inverted. So a little bit of hangman energy, but it's also, I'm not going off half-cocked and burning down the forest every time I try to go out and communicate with people, because instead of saying, hey, how you doing, I go to shake their hand and I light them on fire and burn the village down. They're like, dude, what the fuck? Let's look at November. I don't know why this reading is picking up so much speed. Sort of hot to trot like the Wands guy there. So this battery's gonna die soon, and I'm going to try to write it out, because I'm gonna have to make a new segment before anyway. Alright, so we have November. Now we have the Two of Cups. This has popped out in the other readings that I've done today, and it's representing this idea that this is a healing from like a childhood trauma, or healing from the past. But we see we have a low vibration of the Lovers now. We're starting to be able to communicate in an emotionally open way with other people. Right? The feminine and the masculine energy still sort of in their new area, with the smoke from the tower that had fallen down behind them. And this is Venus in Cancer. Right? It's the right time, the right moon, the right phase to be doing that in finally. Alright, so now I have another Knight, so I need to get another card. Let's see which one it is. Okay. So the Knight of Swords related to the Two. Okay, so I'm coming in with a message where I can communicate with you because I'm now able to see things from your perspective. And we're talking, having a heart-to-heart conversation. And our masculine and feminine energies are starting to balance out. Or again, I'm now at a point where I'm able to effectively communicate and have an exterior feminine come in, because I'm not trying to take from her. I'm trying to have an honest discourse and see where she's coming from and learn. Right? So this is what's being overcome from the past, right? This keeps coming in to say this is what I've healed from something. This is what's been healed from. This Five of Cups that started out with is this butthurt in December of nobody loves me. Whoa, sad. Okay, so I'm gonna change this. Well, this battery was supposed to be charged, but it doesn't seem to be, so hopefully between the two of them I can finish this reading. Looks like I'm almost done, but let me see what I can do here. Okay. So we're looking at December. It's working everywhere, okay. December. Let's wrap up the year here. So I have the Eight of Cups now, walking away from what doesn't serve anymore. And we see this sort of Little Red Riding Hood figure here. But it's, again, it's like I'm walking away from all this stuff that's the root cause of my problems. This emotional stagnation. And this energy is Saturn in Pisces. So again, this like work on my subconscious to get rid of all this crap that's holding me back into this sort of fear and anger place where I'm unable to have a grasp on a future because of it. Because it's been, again, just weighing me down with this toxicity, this distortion. Then I see 8 and 3 switching back and forth between 8 and 11, this sort of strength and justice. And then I see the moon energy again, 18, but I also see 13, a transformation cycle. So again, there's just this like timing of to know that this is what I've been moving beyond and that the cycle is completing. This burdensome, toxic cycle that, or this burdensome, toxic cycle that Aries felt like they were sort of locked into, that was the only option. And now there's this, with this cycle over the next year, there's this concept that things don't have to be the way they've always been. You can open up this pathway to better, more stable, more open growth that also has an aspect of emotional fulfillment and just sort of an avenue to release the fire energy, right? Aries is a fire energy. If there's no outlet for little flare-ups, then it's going to get out of control and you will have that overburn. That, you know, forest fire that burns down half of California or all of Australia because there's so much untempered, right? Fire and water. There's so much untempered fire of just like, that's like, this is all I'm allowed to have is just more fire. If the masculine energy is in a distorted phase where it's not allowed to have emotions, then it's all fire and the only thing you can do is burn. It's like, for someone who's a surgeon, every single problem, the answer is going to be surgery, whether it's necessary or not. And if you're only allowed or like rage, then every problem is going to be a Five of Wands. And this is the sort of Candyland escape route from that paradigm. Alright, so this battery is going to die again in a second. So if you want to get a personal reading, you can hit me up there. I've got the list of readings in the description box of my infomercial video, which is going to be linked below here. And then I've got Linktree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. I've got merchant prints and stuff. There's going to be a coupon code there, especially if you go for the Linktree for Etsy. If you want to help keep this channel running, you can hit my PayPal. That's paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo, so check all that out. Merch prints, some of that stuff. Some of the profits I'm going to be donating to charity, so please check that out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab and my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.